gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animals gather right. Boom.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. It's been a good while, but there hasn't been a whole lot of changes here on the land and with what we've been doing, so you haven't really missed very much. I think last you guys saw we had Hurricane Larry that busted his way through, took a few shingles with it, and flattened out our garden a little bit. So anyways, we're going to be scavenging what we can, what's left out of the garden. We've still got a few things still growing and ripening, we'll say, but for the most part our lettuce is bolting. Tomatoes are the ones that remain, are either ripening or beginning to rot. So we're going to come up here and tidy things up a little bit. My wife's beets are still growing, and I'll show those to you, and hopefully we'll get along to a canning or bottling video of those beets at some point in time, or it could end up being done off camera. It all depends on what mood we're in and what we got going at the time. So with all that said, we're just going to do a little garden update here now. Got a little colander strainer here to put some produce and fruit and stuff into. And
I got strawberries.
Alright, these guys have already started in on the strawberry bed, but I'm going to bring you in a bit closer and show you what we got going on there. And
that is disgusting, look.
Ooh. Oh my.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Alright, so I'll flip you guys around and show you what we're looking at. The garden definitely looks a lot more different than last time you guys saw it. Alright, sugar snap peas are gone. Alright, we ate what we wanted out of those and took them up.
The cauliflower
So,
broccoli.
yeah. Alright, so let's get you turned around there now. Alrighty, so let's start over here. This is the asparagus and strawberry bed. Let's lay the colander there. So we have had an absolute awesome harvest been coming out of this strawberry bed. The asparagus obviously still early in its life, has another year of maturing before we actually get any kind of a harvest out of it. But strawberries, as you see, are still coming in strong. We didn't really cut many runners this year. And by not cutting many, I mean like literally probably a handful. And I tried to bury a few new plants, and those have done well. Right, you can see that this one's kind of in line with the asparagus rows. Now, instead of being segregated into 3 rows of strawberries, we've we've got some extra little plants here because we want more strawberries. Alright, asparagus did well. They blew over a bit. You can tell they've kind of been mining a little hole here from the wind blowing them in different directions, but still holding strong.
Depends on non-brand.
Alright, and then over on this side, alright, no trouble to see the strawberries, but as the leaves have been thinning out a little bit, you can tell that the birds have been down taking little chunks out of them. I've seen the crows down here personally. The chickens leave it alone, thankfully. But we've had some really good strawberries come out of this bed.
Like this.
Like that one, little lady's enjoying.
We had like a one that was about the size of this. All that.
Mm-hmm.
It was humongous. There's 9 grams.
Something on the ground?
Yeah.
Let's go over and have a look. What is it? Oh yeah, Daddy saw that earlier.
Another egg.
That was like a big marshmallow mushroom. That was?
Yeah. Yikes.
Looked like a big marshmallow. Alright, so that's the strawberry and asparagus bed. Like I say, we're going to take a little harvest out of this today, if the kids leave any. and we'll put it in there. Now, move on to this one. This was our broccoli, cauliflower, tomato. We tried cucumber in her this year. What else did we try? Overall, we got 1 or 2 heads of broccoli out of this, and 1 head of cauliflower, very small ones, before there was way too much pest pressure. the leaves were just getting eaten to pieces, and I don't know if it ran out of nutrients at some point. It was kind of an off bed. They yellowed and didn't do so hot. So we'll try to fertilize this better for next year, and we're debating, still nothing certain, debating on throwing some compost in here and starting off some garlic for next spring. So we'll see if we do that.
I would like if we made dill, because then we could dry it out and put it on my popcorn, because I love dill season.
No.
And I got another strawberry.
Okay, so moving on to this tomato harvest. Alright, so we still got lots of green, and but we got different varying degrees of ripening happening. Got some peppers mixed in amongst that. Peppers. Okay, the peppers are starting to change a little bit over here. We got a little red one there, a little bit of yellowing. But we also do have some failures, right? Like the wind cracked this off here. Right, so that's gone. And then as a result, there's a pepper here, which is just rotten. Didn't fare so well at all.
That looks disgusting.
Yeah, it was moldy. Alright, so we'll see if we get any volunteers out of there next year. Alright, same deal here.
I got something to show you. We already got a big one.
Oh.
A big pepper.
Chicken baby.
Chicken. We already got a big pepper, like a very big pepper.
Yeah.
I don't know if Daddy put that on video or not.
Yeah, I think I captured that pepper back when we went to eat it. Alright, so here, like I said, this after Hurricane Larry was a bit of a mess. Right, everything kind of got flattened down like you see here, but we just kind of left it as is to let things beneath ripen. And as a result, now some of this has not had very good air circulation, and so there's a bit of moldy ones and stuff hanging out.
Like this.
Yeah, we got one there. Alright, so this is kind of a little montage cleanup sort of deal, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll probably try to tidy this up a little bit. But we will see. Alright, we got some Tiny Tims still coming in. Alright, lots of Tiny Tims, and the larger ones are Scotias. And I've already kept a few seeds of Scotias for the Tiny Tims. Pretty sure they're Tiny Tims, not Chadwicks. Alright, so these did well. Alright, so you'll see this tidied up in future clips. And then over here, like I say, you see all the lettuce that I've hauled out that has bolted. That just needs to go over into the compost pile. But the bed is slowly getting emptied out, and we'll see about putting anything in here. Maybe another round of lettuce might be able to happen. We shall see.
We fed some of this type of lettuce to our bunnies.
That's right. Some of the old romaine that was bolting. We hauled the head of that out.
Yeah. Look what's on my hand. A fly.
Ooh.
I killed it.
Alright, and so down at the end here you see my wife's beets. And they seem to be coming along nicely.
My mom loves beets.
That's right. Mommy does love beets.
Ever.
And these are pretty much at the point of harvest. We're just letting them go a little bit till we get a convenient day to tackle them. And we're just, no matter what stage of growth they're at, we're just going to take them all up, see what we got, and bottle off what we can. Alright, and over here you'll see a couple of little late cauliflowers that we tried to start. But this is the bug pressure I'm talking about. Look at this guy.
Ew.
Look at that.
Is that a worm?
That's a caterpillar, yeah.
Can I hold
Alright,
it?
this is what's getting in.
Can I hold the caterpillar?
If you want to, sure.
Can I hold it? Is it poisonous one?
I don't think they're poisonous, just don't eat it.
Do not eat it.
Alright, so back to the cauliflowers here. Alright, so there's a little bit of a head forming down the bottom. But as far as how much, right, it's just goop down the bottom of this one. And potentially these black eggs down here in the base, if you can see them.
Make a home.
We had European earwigs move into our gardens and really mess things up a bit. Alright, so that's our update. I don't know, mixed results. I can tell you right now, we definitely enjoyed lots of strawberries. And yeah, we had lots of strawberries and lots of lettuce. Lettuce has been good to us. And our tomatoes, we're actually getting some good, yummy tomatoes out of this.
We gave the caterpillar a home.
Did you? Okay.
Can I show the people it?
Sure, let's see what home you gave the caterpillar.
Well, you know that lettuce that was on the grass there?
Yeah.
We bring it over here and we laid the caterpillar on it so he can nom 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 down on it.
He can nom 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 it, can he?
Yeah.
Alright.
One time we had a pet snail over there on the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But then it blew away.
Alright. What else have I got to show you guys? That's pretty much the garden done in a nutshell, right? So, yeah, we got one bed ready to plant garlic.
Can you show them
And we'll get to that, honey.
Okay.
And we got that bed of lettuce that we'll probably replant same day we probably haul up the beets. Maybe we'll throw some extra lettuce seed down with some compost. But that is that. Alright, and just to get things recorded properly, here's our shallow well. Everything's just kind of shoved in the corner here from Hurricane Larry. But you can see how things are settling here. Alright, so that's going alright, just needs a little bit of backfill. And I'm just going to put a pallet back on top of this. Alright, so with that I'm going to make our way over to the rabbit pen. And we'll probably have a quick little chat about the rabbits. And that'll finish this video off. So we gotta have a chat. We gotta have a chat about these guys. Alright, let's go over closer. Alright, so here's the current state of the rabbit pen, as well as the chicken coop. Alright, paint and everything turned out really good there. It's been holding up. There during Hurricane Larry, this tree did bend enough to impact the drip edge. Not a big deal. It can just be bent back up when I get around to it. But otherwise, as you saw with the short video of Hurricane Larry, we weathered it just fine. Right, put some tarps on just to keep the wind out of there. And I'll probably do something similar for the winter, just to keep the snow out of the run. That way they got some nice ground to hang out on. So I'll enclose all of this with tarping when it's actually time for the snow to come. And as you can tell, the rabbit house that I've been working on has not been worked on in a while. So there's no house in there yet. Still Tupperware container, feeder, waterer. But I'm going to go inside the coop, bring you guys in with me, and that's where we're going to have a chat. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so here we are in the rabbit coop. Our bunnies are kind of scattered around a little bit, but mainly they're over on the side there right now in the Tupperware container. And the reason we're in here to have a chat, this is more like a real talk here now, on what kind of events have transpired since we last discussed the bunnies, really. And I'm surprised that I haven't put much content out about the bunnies, but it's kind of been a busy time of year with school starting up and work and all that kind of stuff, so getting out here to make a video sometimes can be a bit of a challenge, and especially when motivation is not at peak performance, we'll say. So one thing that has changed since we first had the videos of the bunnies arriving here and putting them out in the coop, you guys seen 4 bunnies. These were 4 sisters from the same litter from the girl that we got them off. And we got the 4 does, put them in here, everything was good. And we went out of town after this was all built and the bunnies were moved in. And the girl we got them off still had some bunnies left. And in particular, she had another doe from the same litter, so a sister of the other 4 bunnies. And we said, you know what? We got a big enough spot now. Let's get the other sibling, make it rounded out at a nice 5 female bunnies. And that's what we did. On the way back into the city, we met up with the breeder, we'll call her, and got another bunny. And so that was number 5. And it's a white and grayish looking one.
And can I show them it?
We'll show them in a little bit. We'll show you all probably in a little bit.
Hi.
So anyways, we called her Milky. Because she had a nice white color, floppy ear, or at least one floppy ear it seems. And kind of just got that genetic trait into him that a couple of them got a half floppy ear. So we thought it was so cute and awesome, and said, you know what, we got so much room, let's get the 5th one. So we put them all in here, and this is story time here now, okay? So so bear with me and try to keep along if you don't mind, because I want to show how things have transpired. So we got them all in here, 5 bunnies, but the first day that we put Milky in here, the sibling, the female sibling of the others, anyways, the other bunnies started chasing Milky. We weren't familiar with rabbit dominant behavior and stuff like that, so Coco and Cookie were mounting on the Milky. So anyways, we were totally freaked. All right, we're like, okay, we gotta stop this and see what's going on. And I redid some research on how to tell the gender of the bunnies, just to make sure that we didn't have a female-male mix to cause this mounting behavior. And as far as I could tell from the videos I watched and what I came out and saw on the bunnies, I thought I was confirming we had the 5 females. So let's fast forward to
The bad part.
a couple of weeks ago. And we're out here hanging out with the bunnies, and I reached down towards Coco. Pretty non-threatening reach, but anyways, Coco got on the defensive and actually bit my index finger. And I'll tell you right now, that bite was like nothing I've ever had from an animal before. It was just like somebody locking a vice onto my finger. Like, it's still hurting to this day. And there's actually like a little lump that you can feel down deep underneath. So I don't know, it might have even taken a little chunk of bone off, which is kind of free floating in there now. I haven't had any x-rays or anything. Just kind of letting it do its thing. So anyways, that startled me, and I, kind of perplexed over it. I was thinking, these does are supposed to be so bonded and nice and friendly. I'm very surprised that this has occurred, and I was worried for the kids that they get bitten. So with that, I took Coco, tipped her over, but things in the nether region had changed.
It had a boy's pee-pee. Yeah.
It had a penis, and 2 testicular sacs and testicles. The thing with this is, then I said, okay, so obviously I was wrong about Coco, right? So I said, I might as well check the others. So 4 more bunnies later, we find out we have 5 male rabbits in our coop, in our run. The problem with that is, the more reading I do, is that sexually mature, intact males, especially, tend to fight. And they can physically fight to the point of injury and possibly death. So we've been keeping a very close eye on these rabbits as they mature. And I'll show you probably a little bit there in the back corner around the feeder. They've been spraying urine and overall just exhibiting that dominant type behavior. So I've been expecting any day to catch them fighting or injuring one another. But thankfully so far that's not the case. But we have stepped up our caution around the rabbits. Right, now that I've been bitten and I know the severity that the bite can be, I know that these kids' little fingers probably would not tolerate taking a bite. So the kids' hands going in front of the rabbits' mouths and everything is off limits. Because if you got 5 bunnies who are either frustrated or sexually maturing to the point where they could be on edge, one wrong reach in front of their mouth or something could be the trigger point to cause a bite again. And I do not want these two kids to experience the strength of that bite that I took, because it could cause some real damage to these little fingers. Alright, so that's where we are right now. So a little bit of the magic has been dimmed on the rabbits a little bit, just because in my mind I see them now at how big of a threat they could be if treated improperly and not given the respect that they deserve. Right? Their talons are sharp, they can scratch easily, and now I've experienced a bite from them, and it wasn't pleasant, so let's say that. So plans for the future. It all depends on these rabbits and how well they get along. Alright? You know, being the father figure of this family, it kind of falls on my hands to take care of any deeds that may need to happen to keep the peace amongst our animals. And, you know, I kind of liken this to 5 potential cage match participants living in this coop right now. So as long as they keep the peace, I will keep the peace with them. But if they get out of hand and start hurting one another and getting into unhumane conditions, we'll say, then we may have to look at reducing the number of rabbits we have in here by whatever means necessary. Alright, so that's where we stand with the rabbits, and you know, we'll kind of try to show you a couple here just before we go, and depending on how easy I get these rabbits, we may end up splicing together some video, we'll see. But the method that I'm using for handling these rabbits now is regarded as scruffing. Some people say to do it, some people say not to, but I'm going to scruff them, and that's pretty much grabbing them by the scruff of their neck as gently as possible.
Can I tell them something?
Only something quick, yeah.
If they bite, they could bite all of your finger off.
That's right, they could bite the whole finger off. Alright, so I got Thumper here.
Like this.
Alright, she's a bit defensive in the way she's acting, but I'll take her up. Alright, so okay, so this is Thumper. Alright, and they are a lot more frisky than when we first got them, I'll tell you that. They don't like to be up in their arms being cuddled as much as when they were little bunnies. Alright, so that was Thumper, and I'll just take my word for it, the other ones are there. Alright, and so yeah, that's where we are with the rabbits.
Can we show them Milky?
Oh yes, I should show you Milky. Now, there's 3 rabbit faces lined up next to each other in the bin there, so I'll try to get her out without possibly provoking a bite from another. Because I am reaching into their coop, their little habitat here right now.
Nice show them Summer. She's like, I don't want to go.
Alright.
Can I show them Summer?
Hold on, I'm going to show them Milky. This is Milky. They haven't seen Milky. That's why I'm showing them Milky. Alright, this is Milky. And Milky's a pretty nice, tame little rabbit.
And usually white rabbits have red eyes, but this one's a white rabbit and she has blue eyes.
Blue eyes. That's right. Alright. So that's Milky. Alright, so that is your rabbit update and garden update. And the chickens are all doing great. No issues there. Alright, so that's our rabbit update. We'll probably finish off the video talking in that here. And I'll finish off probably with a few clips of us just picking through the tomato patch over there and getting some strawberries to bring in the house this evening. And that'll finish up the video for today. So sorry it's been so long since last video, but there hasn't been that much to show you. So here we are now, just giving you an all-around update. and hope you're all doing well. And yeah, till that next video happens, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other,
And peace out.